Hello, my sweet, sweet friends. Guys, it's fall. It's fall book time, and I am so excited. Are you as excited as I am? Because I feel like fall time is the best reading time. Like cozying up with a blanket and a book and tea or hot apple cider is my favorite, personally. But like, oh my gosh, Starbucks pumpkin spice, which is so bad for you. But I have recently gotten hooked on Starbucks pumpkin spice chai latte, and I honestly can't get enough, so I think I'm going to try to make that at home. If you have like a special recipe for that, please let me know, because oh my god, I'm so obsessed and I'm having a really hard time. There's a Starbucks right around the corner from me. Really hard time not ordering that every single morning. But anyway, I'm so excited. But I thought I would compile a list of all of the books that I would potentially want to read this fall. Am I going to get to all these books? Absolutely not. But you know, one can hope. I can have big aspirations. Maybe this will give you guys a little bit of ideas for what you want to put on like your fall, autumn TBR. But I'm excited. I like compiled a lovely little list. So if you see me looking over this way, it's because I have like all the stats on the book and the description and all of those things. So I figured that we should get started. I'm going to start with the books that I have that are currently on my shelf that I would really like to read for this fall. So the ones that I have are, I'm going to run through them quickly. They're more like, I feel like you probably know them, so I'm not going to give like a huge synopsis of them, but we're going to start with Babel, This Chunker by R.F. Kuang. So this is dark academia. I think you can categorize that, right? But very well-renowned. Everybody loves this. Everybody knows about it. I don't really want to get into it because, I mean, you know. So there's that one. Then there's Bright Young Women by Jessica Knoll. I believe that's who it's by. Yeah. I already started this, and I started it for like 2 seconds. I did like a 2-second audiobook thing. I think I'm still in the first chapter, so I can't really say that I legitimately am into it, but this is supposed to be very good. So the author took kind of inspiration from Ted Bundy, but she focuses on the victims and not him. I believe she never names him, and it's not actual, like, it's not nonfiction. It's definitely fiction, but she wanted to focus more on the victims as opposed to how everybody just focuses on Ted Bundy himself. I thought that was really cool. This is a few years old, I think, but I haven't read it yet, and 'tis the season for serial killer things, yes? The Atlas 6, Dark Academia, never read it. I got this out of my little free library, still need to read it. I am excited about it. I think I might get the audiobook on that one, to be honest. Pumpkinhead, so this is on my September TBR. If you haven't watched that video, go watch it. This is I was gonna say a comedy. No, it's a comic book. Graphic novel. There you go. That's what this is. Very cute, about 2 friends that work at a pumpkin patch every year, and it's their last year. So this one. Slewfoot. This is my #1 book for the fall. This is my #1 book that I want to read, by Brahm. It has gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous artwork in it, and I love how it's not like the typical book. Like, this looks like it would be, if you, I don't know if you can see the size. It's like a weird size. I don't know how to describe this. But like, pages are way bigger, way longer. But anyway, it's about Salem times of witches, and it's just, I'm excited. Sorry, my dog was barking crazy. So those are the ones that I have physically in this household that I want to read. But then I thought that we would go through some that I saw that I don't have, that maybe I can buy in like a haul, or maybe you can get, or you can tell me if they're any good. Anyway, these are ones that just kind of caught my eye for fall, and I wanted to share them with you. So I'm going to pop them up on the screen, but I'm going to give you like a short synopsis on them and kind of run through it. So first one is a Lucy Score book, and it's called Fall into Temptation. So I read, is it the Knockham? No. I forgot which book I read by her. Crap, that's not going to be helpful. Anyway, I read a Lucy Score book, and I really liked it. Like, I feel like she does small towns so perfectly, and I don't know, I was really into it. So I wanted to read another Lucy Score book, and this one has like, the cover's adorable, and I don't know, fall, it says fall into temptation, there's leaves on it, I'm guessing it's set in fall. So it says a breezy, high energy romp that combines steamy chemistry and playful small town comedy. So Fall into Temptation is the third book in Score's Blue Moon series. I don't think you have to read them in order. That would be sad if you do, because that means there's 2 more on this list. The story follows single mom and bakery owner Harper, who is tempted by a charming new man in town, Logan. The plot explores their romance while also dealing with themes of parenting, juggling a new relationship with family responsibilities, exes, dealing with the fallout of complexity of past relationships, and meddling families. Sorry, not mending families. But that would be good too, yeah? Mending families? Okay. Navigating the hilarious and sometimes difficult interference of relatives, which I feel like we can all relate to, especially come like Thanksgiving, Christmas time. So anyway, that is the first one. Lucy's Score. Kind of want to read it because I think I'm like getting it. I really want like a romance too this fall. Anyway, so this second one, I saw this, I believe, on Pinterest. Was it? I think it was Pinterest that I saw this. I have not seen this anywhere else. Maybe you've seen it. Maybe I'm just out of the loop. But it's by Robin McKinley, and it's called Spindle's End. And okay, so it says a fantasy novel by Robin McKinley, published in 2000. So that's probably why I haven't heard about it. Definitely backlister. That retells the story of Sleeping Beauty. We're gonna start over. Okay, a fantasy novel by Robin McKinley, published in 2000, that retells the story of Sleeping Beauty with significant twists, which is interesting. The book subverts many elements of the classic fairy tale, including a strong, independent heroine, which we always love, and emphasizing magic, love, and identity, which, I mean, come on, what else could you want for fall? But anyway, the cover like really intrigues me. I think that it looks really pretty, and I'm a cover by girly as much as I don't want to be. They get me every time. So that's 368 pages, first published in 2000, so it's a backlister. It's fiction, fantasy, young adult, adventurous, dark, mysterious, and slow-paced. So says Storygraph. So if you don't like a slow-paced one, maybe skip out on that one. But yeah. So let's see. The second one, the third book, we're on number 3, right? Okay. Stephen King. I want to read a Stephen King book this fall, and I kind of want it to be Pet Sematary, but I'm honestly terrified because, guys, I'm an animal lover through and through. I love animals more than I love humans. I love animals more than I love anything. I would trade an animal's life for a human's life in a second. Judge me all you want. That's just how I am. Okay? And if you're that way, we need to be friends, because I have learned that a lot of people aren't that way, and I get judged for it, and that's fine. But if you have read Pet Sematary and you think that I shouldn't read it for some reason, because it kind of scares me just based on the premise, let me know. But I think I want to read that one. But it's 466 pages, so it's a kind of big. First published in 1983, which is fun. Fiction, horror, dark, emotional, tense, and medium paced. So says Storygraph. So anyway, and this other one. So this is a TV series too, I believe, and I kind of want to watch that too, but not before I read the book. I want to read the book first. But everybody really likes this, has super high ratings. A Discovery of Witches. Have you read it? Love the cover. It follows a reluctant witch, Diana Bishop, who accidentally summons the enchanted alchemical manuscript, Ashmole, 782, attracting the attention of supernatural creatures. This is by Deborah Harkness. It's 579 pages, which I have seen it. It's very, very thick. Hardcover, 2011 published, so backlist. Gotta love a blacklist. So Storygraph says it's fiction, obviously, contemporary fantasy, romance, adventurous, mysterious, and slow-paced. Okay, now we're gonna go to a classic. So I've always wanted to read a Shirley Jackson book. I hear that this is the time to do it in the autumn, fall, getting into spooky season, and I want to read We Have Always Lived in the Castle. I saw this book, I feel like in Walmart, like forever ago, like 2012, 2010, I don't know. And the cover intrigued me so much. And every time I see it, I want to read it. So maybe today will be the year. Today will be the year. Maybe this year it will happen. I don't know. But as we said, classic. It was from 1962, Shirley Jackson. So it says, told from the perspective of Mary Catherine Merricat Blackwood, who lives with her sister Constance and Uncle Julian after a poisoning killed the rest of their family 6 years prior. The Blackwood family is ostracized by the nearby village due to the tragedy, and Merricat attempts to protect her family through a system of sympathetic magic and ritual. So that sounds fun. And if you haven't, I was gonna say if you haven't seen the cover, but I'm gonna put the cover here. It's so good, right? Like, ugh, perfect. 146 pages, so it would be a really quick read, and that's intriguing because I feel like I've been picking up books that have been kind of thick lately, and sometimes you just need a book that like you can get through fast to just kind of like get your momentum up, to get you more excited. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of where I'm at, but fiction, classic, horror, literary, mystery, dark, mysterious, medium paced. Next, you guys, Grady Hendrix, Witchcraft for Wayward Girls. I have not had a good history with Grady Hendrix, I think. Southern Good Book, something slaying vampires. I tried to read that. I put it down. There was another one that I tried to read of Grady Hendrix. I put it down. I feel like Grady Hendrix and Riley Sager, for some reason, like kind of go hand in hand. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm much more of a Riley Sager person. I don't know what that says about me. But this Grady Hendrix book seems very intriguing to me. It's a chilling blend of historical fiction and supernatural horror. This novel explores what happens when pregnant teenage girls hidden away in a 1970s home for wayward girls discovers the dark power of witchcraft. Like, why is this giving like 90s movie vibes? Like, to me, for some reason. I don't know. I'm so intrigued. I really like the cover too. But 482 pages, kind of big. First published in 2025 this year, so that's exciting. Fiction, historical horror, dark, emotional, tense, and medium paced. So, I don't know. Let me know if you've read it. Should I read it? I think I've heard good things. I haven't heard negative things. So, we shall see. All right. This one I have seen everywhere. So I'm a practical magic girly. I am obsessed with practical magic. I will watch that movie a million times. Me and my sisters watch it a million times. I am so, I'm so obsessed. So on my Pinterest, I will Google, or I will Pinterest practical magic, vibes, aesthetic, whatever. This book has come across my Instagram, my Pinterest, just everywhere. And so I feel like it's a sign. I just feel like it's a sign to me that I need to read it. So, Witches of New York, right? Yes, make sure that's what it was called. By Amy McKay. I think that this book is being placed into my orbit. So I feel like I kind of want to read it now. I don't know. Maybe I'll hate it. Who knows? But anyway, the covers are also very pretty. A trio of remarkable young women navigating the glitz of Gilded Age New York by any means possible, including witchcraft. For readers drawn to an atmospherical historical fantasy centered on women's quiet power in a corseted world, ideal if you relish slow, intimate character studies with lush period detail, herbal magic, and feminist undertones over action-driven plots. 528 pages, also very big, first published in 2016. That sounds fantastic to me. Intimate character studies with lush period detail, herbal magic, feminist undertones. I'm in. I'm in. Are you? Are you in? So this Storygraph says that it's fiction, fantasy, historical, literary, adventurous, emotional, and slow-paced. All right, this next one. My sister read it. She loved it. She's reading another book by her now, but the cover of this one has also always I've seen it and I just want it immediately, and I don't know how I haven't bought it yet, but maybe the same is for you. Wayward by Emily Hart. There is a crow on the front. Crow? I don't know my birds. I think like that's a crow. The green, perfect, perfection. So this says, Wayward by Emily Hart is a multi-generational story following 3 women. Eltha from 1619, Violet from 1942, and Kate from 2019, who are connected by a hidden ancestral link to a cottage named Wayward and an affinity for a natural world. Each woman faces oppression, typically at the hands of controlling men, yuck, but finds strength and a means of self-discovery by embracing familiar wayward gift. That sounds so sweet. So there's a cottage. The Wayward is the name of the cottage. So cute. Cottage everything. Give it to me. 386 pages. That seems like a sweet spot. First published in 2023. How is that possible? I feel like I've seen this around for longer than that. Fiction, historical, literary, magic, realism, dark, emotional, mysterious, and medium paced. So tell me that this isn't the most adorable cover. Like, fall through and through. Everybody's going back to school, college, academia vibes, plus throw in some leaves on the cover and a romance. Like, I love the cover. I love the cover, and that's honestly probably why I put it on this list. So this is Given Our History. It follows Clara and Teddy, 2 former best friends and childhood sweethearts, so cute, who are forced to work together as history professors after a falling out 10 years prior. Set in the academic world during the fall, the story uses flashbacks to reveal their history at a homeschooled summer camp, their shared love of history books, and 2000 music. That'd be fun. And messy breakup that ended their relationship. So 2000s music reference, like, come on. All right, so it's 320 pages. Pretty short, ish. I don't know, medium maybe. First published in 2024, so last year. Fiction, contemporary, romance, emotional, hopeful, lighthearted, and medium paced. So maybe that'll be the romance I read. I don't know. Okay. So I read, what is this called? In the Company of Witches by Orly Wallace. And that was the first like cozy murder mystery like fall period that I read, and I fell in love with it. This is giving me the same vibes of that one. Loved that. If you haven't read In the Company of Witches, also put that on your list, but this one was intriguing to me. So I've seen this one around too. So it's Murder at the Pumpkin Pageant by Darcy Hannah. It's 352 pages, first published in 2023. The cover, chef's kiss, adorable. There's a dog holding a pumpkin. What else do you need besides a dog holding a pumpkin? Okay, so it's a whimsical, cozy murder mystery steeped in autumn nostalgia. Like, perfect. Balancing gentle chills with warm cinnamon comfort. Perfect if you like medium-paced, small-town puzzles, atmospheric seasonal decor, quirky friendship, and a lighthearted touch of paranormal without graphic darkness. Sign me up. Sign me up. Sign me up. Okay, so this next one I saw, I feel like maybe it was also a Pinterest thing. I've seen this nowhere else. The reviews might be atrocious. I don't even know if I looked at the reviews, but the cover and the name just drew me in. So it's called The Simplicity of Cider. I'm a cider girly. I grew up in a place that like lots of farms, lots of orchards, lots of fresh cider. Just my vibe, okay? A novel about a prickly but gifted cider maker whose quiet life is interrupted by the arrival of a handsome man and his young son at her family's cider mill. So that seems very cute, neat, cute. 336 pages, first published in 2017. Also a backlist, fantastic. Fiction, magical realism, romance, lighthearted, slow-paced. I think that's cute, so we'll see. Yeah, so it says it's for readers drawn to gentle magical realism about finding home and unexpected connection. Quiet, healing, tender romance, and an orchard-rooted wonder. Ideal if you crave slow, character-rich stories with a cozy atmosphere, light enchantment, and the sweetness of everyday magic over high-stakes drama. I would love sweet everyday magic over high-stakes drama in my real life. So this other one, I'm pretty sure that you have seen it probably everywhere. I don't know if you've read it. If you have, please let me know if you liked it. The Lost Bookshop. It's a magical dual timeline novel by Evie Woods about three strangers, Opaline, Martha, and Henry, whose lives became entangled with mysterious disappearing bookshop in Dublin. In the 1920s, Opaline flees an arranged marriage to become a rare bookseller, while in the present day, Martha escapes an abusive past and Henry searches for a legendary manuscript. The three are connected to the same magical bookshop, which has a will of its own, as they unravel the secrets and find their own paths to freedom and identity. That sounds fun. I like dual timelines. I like jumping between them. It just seems to break up the story a little bit. I don't know, I've always been a fan. Tell me if you do like dual timelines. Do they throw you off? I don't know. 431 pages, published in 2023. It's fiction, fantasy, magical realism, emotional, hopeful, mysterious, and medium-paced. This next one I have on hold in my library. I actually got it, but I'm already reading too many books, so I said delivered to me later, which if you have Libby, so perfect that they let you do that. Like, let the next person in line borrow it and then it come back to you. But The Secret Book Society. This is new. It's a captivating new historical novel from Madeline Martin set in the Victorian London about a forbidden book club, dangerous secrets, and the women who dare to break free. So I feel like we have a lot of like feminine breaking free vibes. But that's kind of like what witches are based on in the first place, right? Women who actually want to have their voice heard. 336 pages, 2025, published, newbie, fiction, historical, emotional, hopeful, and medium-paced. So this says that it's for readers that are drawn to quiet feminist rebellion, women forging secret lifelines beneath crushing Victorian constraints. Ideal if you crave measured pacing, lush period texture, and an intimate emotional stakes where whispered defiances shine brighter than grand gestures, and you savor hope threaded through danger. I have never heard of this book, and apparently it's very popular. It's if you want to like read books about the Salem witch trial, which I'm very interested in. I googled books and The Heretic's Daughter popped up. I guess this is like very, very popular. I don't know. I've never heard of it. Maybe you have. 477 pages, published in 2008. Historical, dark, emotional, and slow paced. So it says for readers drawn to intimate historical fiction centered on mother-daughter devotion tested by prosecution and betrayal. Ideal if you relish slow emotional storytelling with sparse yet vivid period atmosphere, moral complexity, and the ache of impossible choices over action or extensive world building. Salem, 1752, Sarah Carrier Chapman, weak with infirmity, writes a letter to her granddaughter that reveals the secret that she has closely guarded for 6 decades, how she survived the Salem witch trials when her mother did not. That sounds heartbreaking, very intriguing, and I really kind of want to read it this year. Okay, The Once Future Witches. This was in 2020, so it's a COVID book. 516, it's pretty thick. Fiction, fantasy, historical, LGBTQ+, adventurous, dark, emotional, and medium-paced. So this is, it follows the estranged Eastwood sisters, Juniper, Agnes, and Beatrice, as they reunite against the suffragette-filled New Salem of 1893 to revive forgotten magic and turn the women's movement into a witches' movement. They must overcome their personal trauma and familial rifts to reclaim lost spells, hidden in rhymes, fight against corrupt politicians, and survive supernatural threats that seek to stop them from bringing witches back into the world. I've seen very good reviews on it, so maybe we'll read it. All right, I think this is this another? So this cover, you can't get more perfect. There's little houses, there's the leaves, and the title again, Autumn Spice on Sunflower Street. I can't talk out loud, which is so not okay for you guys. Autumn Spice on Sunflower Street follows 32-year-old Joanne Baker, who lives with her parents and works at a local cafe, while secretly struggling with maxed out credit cards and debts. As autumn arrives, bringing the pressure of holidays, she must confront her financial problems and feelings of inadequacy compared to her seemingly perfect sister. With the support of her friends, Roxy and Lila, Joanne embarks on a journey of self-discovery and learns to trust those around her to enjoy a happy life. So I think it's like a self-discovery book. I'm not sure if there's a romance in here. It doesn't seem like it. So maybe that's a vibe if you kind of want like, I was gonna say romance without the romance. Does that make sense? Like the small time vibes of coming home, kind of cozy like that, but without the romance. Again, I don't know if there's romance in it, but it doesn't seem like it. So another Pinterest find. Guys, like I must be on Pinterest a lot, I don't know. But October by Katya Balin. 141 pages, very small, 2020. Fiction, contemporary, romance, lighthearted, relaxing, and medium paced. So this is a classic for anyone who ever longed to be wild. October and her dad live in the woods. They sleep in a house dad built for them and eat the food they grow in the vegetable patches, which dream. They know the trees and the rocks and the lake and the stars like best friends. They read the books and they buy in town again and again until the pages are soft and yellow. Until next year's town visit, they live in the woods and they are wild, and that's the way it is. Like, also the cover and that little girl and her dad in the woods. I don't know if this is supposed to be like heartbreaking at some point. I hope not, but so cute. So cute. Anyway, you guys, those are the books that have caught my eye. Did any of them catch yours? Did I add anything to your TBR? Let me know. This is essentially my fall TBR. Yeah. So if you've read any of them, let me know. I want to know what I should read, what I should stay away from, if any of these are atrocious. I hope not. Thank you for being here. I love you so much. If you've watched this and you stayed until the end, leave me like a pumpkin emoji or something so that I know who stayed there so I can give you some love too. I hope you have a lovely fall. Go pick some apples, go make some cider. Even if you do it alone, bring your dog or something. I love you so much.